forest fell swiftly as the lumberjack swung, except for the special tree, which could not be stung. She missed her friends and the hymns they sung, so she started a tune that broke the man's lung.
Surrounding this sculpture were the splayed remains of an individual, flattened like a set of clothes.
At 8:15 p.m., the Suez Canal crab was seen to have stumbled, and in an attempt to regain its balance, crashed into one side of the Cairo Tower, killing over 200 people. The structural integrity of the Cairo Tower rapidly diminished. Falling debris and containers are reported to have killed over 800 visitors. At 8:19 p.m., the Cairo Tower fully collapsed, dragging the immobilized Suez Canal crab into the ground. In total, only 39 of the 1,189 visitors of the Cairo Tower survived. 2 of the 15 staff members escaped to safety, including the building manager. None of the 6 security guards survived. At 12:03 p.m., violence erupted when an American shot a police officer in the face. Consequently, tear gas was used on the raging mob. Several fights broke out over a Ford pickup truck that had rolled out from a container and crushed a family. 3 aggressors were shot by a man who had found a rifle. The conflict fueled an unpleasant atmosphere. Accidental firing of an automatic weapon by one child prompted the intervention of their parents and other adults. 13 Americans had simultaneously called dibs on when the item was pulled out of a shipping container. All 13 Americans died from gun-related wounds. By 7:15 p.m., everyone within a half-mile of the gate had perished from extreme pressure. Heat exhaustion, accidental falls, and gun violence were also major causes of death. The Cairo exclusion zone gates were opened at 8 p.m. Soldiers searched for the remaining survivors. Of the over 12,000 Americans who had arrived, only 944 survived.
Disable every active siren in the nation. When military technicians arrived at the location of the sirens, they found that the bodies of prior technicians, who had perished from the combination of stress and the siren's sheer volume, piled so high as to have formed a ramp to the top of the speakers. Over the next week, hundreds of thousands of anti-Deaners would be apprehended and sent to correctional facilities around the United States. These facilities, meant for the anti-American, were aptly located near or at national monuments in order to symbolize a return to American virtues. Most would stay for merely a few weeks before being released again. Friends and family of rehabilitated anti-Deaners frequently claimed that they would have improved personalities, no recollection of their past criminal activities, and even slightly altered physical appearances.
Bright plane of Giza glass. The force of the fall, combined with the sharpness of the material, decapitated Petrie immediately.
My new pa died from a broken heart.
It was you and I. Yes, I dream that someday, like the stars in
Sometimes it hurts. Waiting for that. Left her. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. And sharpened an area and recovered their eye.
The importance of staying away. The 7 deaths of almost 200 beach boys have been linked to these woodchips.
Was the boat I found myself slowly landing upon, for it was my missing friend's vessel, and her submerged body laid nearby.
Long ago, a universe ended and all fell into darkness that she could fall victim to at any time. And one day, she did. Without any warning, a strange bolt of lightning beheaded her in Giza. Thank you. Now meet Pyrasma. And at the speed of light, Pyrasma burned the gods to death. The serpent went to a different world egg to mature. But one world egg was too hot and the baby died. Another world egg was too cold and that baby froze.
Talking to me, Howard. Call me later.
I was confused, so I looked behind me, and in the conference room, somebody had slammed their head against the desk. And as I could see from just the position, but before you knew it, another person from the other side of the room started saying they felt sick, they felt, woozy, and then before you know it, someone else on the other side said the same thing. They're about to pass out. It started affecting almost everyone else.
The Spanish artist, died at the age of 90. He held on to the chandelier. The ladder fell to the floor. My mother ran to help him. The chandelier fell and crushed them both.
There are other bodies here.
Their own lives to get him down again. It's a silly story, but what a lovely place to put Mussolini and Hitler after the war.